Hi guys, welcome to Anges Pilates. So I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite Pilates exercises, and I'll explain why as I do each one. I'll only be doing a couple of reps per exercise, but feel free to do more reps as you get stronger and if you want a little bit more challenge. Let's get started. So let's go. We're going to start off with our pelvic curls. So give me a nice big shoulder roll, and I'd like you to roll down, hips to ribs, navel to spine, and lower your body all the way down. You want to make sure your feet are hip distance apart, your heels are comfortable distance from your butt, your pelvis is neutral. Pubic bone, hip bones on the same level, little pocket of air between your lower back and the mat. So just a pelvic curl to start. You're going to roll your hips towards your ribs and press your lower back so it's completely into the mat. So that pocket of air is now gone. And then lower that tailbone back down. So here's your breath. Exhale as you roll your hips towards your ribs. Inhale as you land that tailbone. So this is just to start to warm up your lower back and help you to start to connect to your abdominals. Really focus on your breath here because that's going to help you connect. Let's do two more. Exhale as you roll your hips towards your ribs and draw your navel down and towards your spine. Inhale as you land your tailbone back down. Let's do one more. Breathing out and in. So make sure you come back to that neutral place. Fingertips at the base of your skull, elbows wide. On the inhale, nod your chin. Exhale, you're going to lift your chest. Inhale and lower down. And again, exhale and lift. So this is our upper abdominal curl. Starting to focus on the upper abdominals. A few things to remember though. Nod your chin to keep out of your neck. You're trying to focus on the upper abdominals, so slide your ribs down towards your hip bones. Make sure your belly button isn't popping out as you lift your chest. Two more here. Breathing out and in. Last one. Breathing out and in. Then lower your arms beside you. You're going to float one knee above your hip, then the other one. You'll feel your lower back connect to the mat, but you're still in a neutral place. This is our Pilates 100. We're going to increase the heart rate and you're going to build that six pack. Land your head if your neck fatigues. On the inhale, we nod the chin. Exhale, lift your chest up. Pull your shoulders down. Are you ready? We're going to pump the arms. Here's the breath. In. 2, 3, watch the change, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're pumping those arms, don't flap your wrists, and out. 2, 3, 4, halfway, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. Can you lift your chest higher? And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3. Now the last few, see if you can lift your legs a little lower towards the mat without letting that lower back lift off. Otherwise, stay where you are. 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, last 10, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Stay here, bring your knees above your hips. See if you can lift your chest higher, relax your shoulders, breathe. And release down. Beautiful. Lower the feet. Heart rate should be up. Should have felt those abdominals kick in. Feet hip distance, heels a comfortable distance from your butt. Check in neutral pelvis. Little pocket of air between the lower back and the mat. Pubic bone, hip bones on the same level. Palms towards the ceiling. I'd like you to give me a pelvic tilt like we did earlier, pressing that lower back flat. Then squeeze your buttocks to lift your hips, and you're going to peel the vertebra up. Coming up onto the top of your back. Check your weight here. Can you freely move your head? Then you're in the right place. long line from under the armpit to the hip bone to the knee. If you lift your hips too high, you will extend your lower spine and load it. So make sure you've got that long line. Then we're going to roll back down, replacing the vertebra one vertebra at a time. Land the tailbone, find your neutral little pocket of air between the back and the mat. So inhale as you roll, exhale. Lower abdominals to lift your hips, upper abdominals come onto the top of your chest. Take a breath in, and we're rolling back down on the exhale. So now you'll start to feel the glutes working, you'll start to feel the hamstrings switching on, and obviously you'll feel that abdominal connection. Squeezing at the top, and then rolling back down. Let's do 2 more here. Pelvic tilt. Squeeze the buttocks, driving up the hips, using those glutes, and then rolling down. Make sure your knees aren't rolling in or out. They're tracking straight in the middle. Squeeze the buttocks at the top. And if you want, you can add a few pulses here to really work that glute. I'm just going to go for 4 more. 3, 2, holding at the top. Now roll down slowly. Feel each and every vertebra connect to the mat. Lower back connects, and then land the tailbone. Hug those thighs in, nod your chin, couple of rocks, and let's come all the way up. This is our side kick kneeling. Great for stabilizing that torso. Place your hand, your wrist is underneath your shoulder. Your knee, make sure it's right underneath your hip. And you're going to extend that arm. So look at your body alignment here. You want one long line from the crown, fingertips reaching. You want to make sure that your knee is right underneath your hip. You're going to lift that leg. You're aiming for hip height here. You might not get there today, but that's what you want to aim for. Flex that foot. Pelvis stays still. We kick in, exhale, and we swing it back without moving that hip. If you feel like it's moving, feel free to pop your hand here. You want to lift that bottom oblique. Keep those hips still. In with the breath. One long breath as you take the leg back. Keep pushing out of that supporting arm. Pull your shoulder away from your ear, and that's going to help you engage that scapula. Just 2 more here. Check your leg. Make sure you're not doing this. Don't duck and dive. 1 more. Flex, flex. Pull it back. Bend that knee and just lean over to stretch to that side. Let your head relax. And of course, we've always got to do it on the other side. So hand here, shoulder above your wrist. Make sure your knee is right underneath that hip. So make sure you're not there. Right on top of that knee. Shoulder on top of the wrist. And you're stacking those shoulders. Lift that top leg. Each side might feel different. So we flex, flex, and we take it back. Watch that hip. Keep your hips still. Check your neck. Make sure you're not giving me this. Long line, it starts from the crown, and it goes all the way down to that toe. Flex, flex, lifting out of that waistline. Push down into your hand, and pull your shoulder away from your ear to engage the scapula. I've lost count, but let's go for 2 more and take it back. 1 more, take it back. Come back to the center, land your knee, and let's just stretch it out. Beautiful. Coming into some spinal extension. So this is why I like to do this exercise, because we're extending the spine just to counteract all that flexion. Think about your pubic bone, your hip bones, they form that triangle. Make sure they're on the mat. Engage those glutes, turn your heels inwards, rotate your knees outwards. Just nod your chin. Make sure your shoulders are in line with your scapula. Take an inhale, navel to spine. On the exhale, you're going to lift one arm and float that leg off. Inhale and lower. Exhale and lift. Now your head and neck, just come up with the rest of your body. Make sure you're not giving me this. Think of reaching your fingertips away from your toes. Now let's try both arms and legs. We lift and we lower. Breathing out and in. Let's do 2 more. Make sure that belly button's not popping. Pull it up and in. Stay here. Now we're going to come into our full swimming. We are paddling. Here's your breath. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd like you to stay with that breath. Option is to keep your hands still and just kick your legs. Don't bend your knees. Relax your shoulders. Try to relax your neck. Think of being on a stretch rack. Someone pulling your fingertips away from your toes. Hip bones are heavy and grounded. Last 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, everything lifts. Inhale and release everything down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Press back, child's pose. So anchor your sit bones. Walk your fingertips away and feel that release through the lower spine. Come on up. I'd like you to take a seat. So make sure your legs are a little wider than your hips. Sit right on top of that sit bones. Make sure you're not here. Shoulders above your ribs, ribs above your hips. And let's extend the arms. If you can't give me leg length, just soften those knees a little bit. Inhale, lift that chest. Exhale, tuck your chin. And you're rolling down. Keep your arms in line with your shoulders. Take a breath in, navel to spine, and slowly roll back up. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest. Let's do it again, breathing in. Drop your chin, round your spine, and walk your fingertips away. Spread your shoulder blades across the top of your back. Breathing in. Now as you roll up, think of squeezing an imaginary sponge between your shoulder blades. 2 more. Breathing in. Allow your head to hang. Exhale and reaching. Beautiful exercise. Breathing in and rolling up, extending the spine, mobilizing it and stretching the back of your bodies. Hamstrings, spine. Allow your head to hang. Reach those fingertips away. Take an inhale, navel to spine. Pop your head back on top of your neck and drop your shoulders. Beautiful. Bend your knees now. Feet are hip distance, nice big shoulder roll. And we're going to come back to that pelvic tilt, but we're going to go lower all the way. Feel the back of the hips, the lower back, middle back, upper back, then land your head down. You want to make sure that your heels are comfortable distance from your butt. Your pelvis is neutral, little pocket of air between that lower back and the mat. Now you're going to bring your arms above your head. Make sure you're not giving me this. So you want to soften and close those ribs and draw your navel down. Breathing in, nod your chin. Exhale, yes, you might need to use a little bit of momentum. Now you're going to just extend your legs, but I have to shift back slightly, so I'm in the frame. And you're going to round that spine. Inhale, lifting up, drop your shoulders. You're going to bend your knees. And it's a pelvic tilt, and we're going to roll all the way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Pop your feet in, arms come over, don't let those ribs flare. Let's go again. Breathing in, nod your chin. Exhale, up you come. Extend those legs. Make sure shoulders above your ribs, ribs above your hips. Hug that imaginary barrel. Soften your knees here if you need to. Then lifting up, drop your shoulders, open your chest. Bend your knees. It's a pelvic tilt and we come all the way down. Slide those heels in. Watch your ribs, your lower back as the arms come over. Inhale, nod your chin. Exhale, up you come. Extend those legs. Mobilizing the spine, stretching the hamstrings, building strength. Now if you want a little bit more, you can keep your legs straight. All we're doing is making the body lever longer, which challenges the abdominals a little bit more. So do what feels right for your body, breathing in. Now you're trying to keep it smooth and continuous. If your knees are bent, straighten them here. Inhale in the center, drop your shoulders. Pelvic tilt and slowly roll down. Think of someone pulling your navel towards your spine. Watch that lower back. Your ribs are soft and closed. 1 more. Breathing in. Exhale, up you come. Straighten the legs if they're bent and reach for the toes. Now just to end off with a challenge, I'd like you to roll down slowly to my count of 10. Knees bent or straight, so lower down for 10. 9, keep it smooth. 7, 6, energize your legs. 3, 2, land the head and bring your arms over. Make sure those ribs aren't flaring. Bend your knees, hug them in, nod your chin, and let's roll up. So this is a great fun one. Also staying with the mobility of the spine. Float your legs off, bring your knees together. Couple of ways you can do this. You want a rounded lower back, you want a long upper back, but you want to tuck your chin so you're looking at your navel. Just hold your legs to the side. You want to roll back slowly first, just to show you, and then keep your feet off, but keep looking at your navel. Make sure you're not up here. Drop your shoulders. That's going to open your chest and give you a broad base to roll onto. So breathing in, exhale and lift. So we call this our balance point at the top. Try not to drop your toes. Once you drop those toes, the abdominals aren't working. So I'd like you to imagine your spine as a big wheel. Let's do one more here. Now if you want more challenge, try wrapping your arms around your legs, dropping your shoulders, breathing in, breathing out. Don't let those toes drop. Inhale, and you'll notice you were using your arms quite a lot. Let's do 2 more here. Keep those toes off. Drop your shoulders. Last one. And relax. Land those feet. Beautiful. So we're going to finish off with our single leg stretch. Big shoulder roll. Let's roll all the way down. So this is a great core strength builder. It's going to help you get a flat stomach. Feet are hip distance apart. Check in. Pelvis is neutral, a little pocket of air between that lower back and the mat. You're going to float one knee, tabletop, then the other one. Pocket of air is gone, but pelvis is still neutral. Nod your chin. Let's lift that chest. You're going to extend your back leg to 45 degrees. Placement is pretty important. Back hand inside of the front knee, front hand outside of the leg, and your upper body is lifted. Tuck your chin. Not for you, land your head, but make sure that lower back's not lifting. We're going to bicycle. In, shoo, shoo, in, shoo, shoo. So set the pace with your breath, slow and steady. Now don't grip your legs. Hand placement is just there for body alignment. Now if your back is good, lower those legs. But if it's popping off the mat, you have gone too far. Ribs sliding down towards those hip bones. Pull your navel down and towards your spine. Let's do 10 more. In, out, out. In, out, out. Tuck that chin. Last 5. In, out. Remember, you could be here with your legs. Last 3. In, out, out. Last 2. Tuck your chin. Last 1. Stay with the breath. Bring your knees above your hips. Curl up. Reach your fingers to your toes and release down. Beautiful. Take a full body stretch. So extend your fingertips away from your toes. Feel the ribs expand and breathe. Beautiful. Just hug your thighs in for me. Give yourself a bit of a massage. So press those lower back muscles into the mat. Stay with your breath. And then let's go to the other side. Hug those thighs in, nod your chin, a couple of rocks. Back and forth, then come all the way up. Beautiful. Good job, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. And as always, if you have any questions, please email or send me a message on my website. Thanks for now. Bye.